All right, so it is time.
We have gone over time to start, but
Yes,
whatever.
yes, we
It was a fun
have.
conversation.
But
Why are there
last,
numbers on my map?
because this is actually pulled from like what's supposed to be kind of quote unquote what the GM sees, but this is Inner Blingdenstone.
Blingdenstone.
Yeah,
Such a
Blingdenstone.
stupid. Blingdenstone. Still a weird ass name.
It is a deep gnome village. But last we left off, you guys, you and the NPCs in your entourage continued traveling through, found out that Bupido was a crazy psychopathic serial killer. Killed him.
What god did he worship again?
Let me
I
see
didn't make
here.
a note of it, and I would like to.
It was a Darrow god. Let me see here.
Bupido's god. Dang.
Bupido's god is Dink Karazon.
Yeah, no, put that in the chat and I'll copy paste it.
It's probably better pronounced Ding Karazon. There.
Or Tower Believing was the... Fuck, what's it called?
The living embodiment of his god.
Yes, but what is it called?
Avatar.
Thank you. The Avatar.
Of course, my doggo needs to go out right now. One moment. Okay. So, continuing on.
Notes. Yes.
So,
sorry.
After dealing with that small bit of an issue, unfortunately, one of the entourage was slain in the process. You did go through a couple more trials and tribulations, managing to get through with pretty much with most of the individuals in your group remaining alive. Unfortunately, losing another a group of losing an individual who had joined in that you had met along the way due to a roctopus. You did.
Look, I lost 3 people in
yes.
that whole ordeal. I only lost 3, and one of them was to a crazed murderer. I'm not counting losing Bupido because Bupido sucks.
You have
I lost 3 people.
You have certainly done well, and you have been very, very lucky.
Yeah, that's very true. This is one of those moments where they say luck is a skill too. In this instance, yes, that was very much the case.
In this, all the encounters were rolled before you even started the game. So, yeah.
That definitely could have gone worse.
Could have gone worse. But you are brought into Blingdenstone. 2 guards are escorting you. They are informing you that the Digger Maddox would want to hear your story, especially after you've told them you were in a my brain.
A drow encampment.
Yeah, you were in a drow slaving camp, and you've been on the run from them the entire time. This entire time.
Hey, I managed to lose them.
Yes, you have managed to lose them. But yes.
Me being petty, I think, helped in that regard, because I would always take opportunities to, like, burn web away and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, nobody... Oh, I have to hover over people to see their life bar now. Weird.
Oof. It might be because of how small the squares are. In order to make this properly portioned, and it's still not even properly sized, mind you, I've had to, like, put the square size at 5.5. Oh, not 5.5, but 0.5 the size. So half the size normal squares are supposed to be.
Ah.
So that might be why.
Oh, I think I'm gonna like this better. I can rotate my token easier on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I say that because instead of having to, like, click on it and do some funky stuff to let it... Oh, and it'll also let me do it kind of kiltered without having to do the alt bullshit.
Yep.
Instead of having to, like, click on it and half click off to get all of my numbers and stuff to go away so I can rotate it the other way, I get a blue dot underneath my blue bar.
Yep. Anyway,
which is nice.
But yeah. They're taking you. Now the question is... honestly... before they turn off, they're actually going to take you down this way. And they're going to mention, listen, after the Digomatics have done speaking with you, you might want to go up to the marketplace to actually improve your equipment and such. We can it is up that way, and anybody will be able to tell you, but it's up those northern passages. And he's going
this
to
way?
Yeah.
Oh, it does a double ping now.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they lead you down here. Imagine the whole group following you.
That's a weird glitch.
What are you seeing?
So if I grab where my token is now and drag it up to the right a little bit, so I'm like halfway between those 4 squares, I can see inside of that building on my right with one random guard standing in there.
Oops.
So I don't know why. I could just... it doesn't do it. Okay.
Now,
yeah.
Weird.
Really weird. Sorry. God, there's a lot of guards in there.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a window here? Is that why?
No. It's probably more because this is still in beta, so it's not fully polished.
Yeah, because from this wall to this wall right here, I can straight up see through.
I don't know why, but whatever. It's not that bad of a thing.
And but I can only see through it. It's certain, like, where my token is now, I can see through it.
Yeah.
Move right here, I cannot see through it.
That is the foreground magic. Maybe they allow you to see. Maybe it's supposed to be meant for, like,
I can see in here.
Yeah. Yes, you can, and that is not meant to be covered over by the foreground stuff. You see kind of like a holy worship area, almost kind of a plate, yeah, holy worship area in this area with a central deep gnome that looks to be covered in wearing vestments and such.
Huh.
They keep.
How do they worship?
They make a religion check.
Where? That's a 2. What is my religion? I know it's garbage. Where is it? That's a 4 total.
I will then say you are unable to determine the
There's
the
my other D20. I
yeah.
might need that one tonight. You're going over there.
You have failed me, so now you are in jail. Anyway, but you are unable to determine the god of which they are sworn to.
Fair.
So, he takes you
What is
past.
happening over there?
Yeah, it looks to be a kind of staging area where a group of deep gnomes have trained badgers available. Do you ask about it?
What's with the badgers over there?
They help us clear out the mines, or caverns. This a long time ago. This used to be a full place for deep gnomes to live. Ever since we got back here, many of the caverns were uh, caved in, either on purpose or accident. Part of
Makes
it
sense.
was because of the drow that were attacking. And they take you down here. And then over to here, where they lead you up a series of stairs. And as they approach and get close, you see a group of deep gnomes that are all together with two individuals sitting at desks amidst all of them. One male, one female, and they're facing each other as they're uh, delegating, listening to advisors and such.
Okay.
Sir and Lady Diggermattock, we have visitors who are on the run from Drow. We think you would like to hear their story. They they pause what they're doing, and the rest of the individuals kind of part to allow the Digger Mattocks to kind of, and this looks to be kind of like their official place in office. Where you would expect to be a throne, you see more of kind of office chairs. And all of it made out of stone and rather hard looking, but it looks more like a business than a couple of rulers. If you get what I'm saying.
Those chairs look so uncomfortable.
Uh,
Yes, that is what Sun says.
mhm. Well, it's home. So, uh, we are the Digger Mattocks, the current standing leadership among Blingdenstone. The male begins. I am Dorbo. This is my wife, Cinny. We do
Okay.
want to hear your story, so tell us all about these drow that are pursuing you.
Rulers of, and what's the name of this town?
Blingdenstone.
Blingdenstone. I probably misspelled that. Don't care. And they're called, what is the rulers?
They're the standing rulers.
Yes, but what is their official title? I have forgotten already.
Let me see here. What you take for title is actually not is their last name.
Oh, okay. Can I get their names again real quick?
Yeah, the Digger Mattocks. There's Dorbo, and then there's Senny.
Dorbo and City.
Yeah, Senny. Senni.
I don't spell their last name. That one's weird.
In fact, now that you know their name, I will allow you to see it.
Digger Maddock. Okay. That is. Instead, he is the wife, I assume.
Yes.
That's what my rulers say. Okay. I will forget quickly if I don't have a note. Sorry.
That's okay. Take as many notes as you need.
Yeah. Uncomfortable looking chairs aside. Yeah. So they actually had an encampment hidden up above some waterfalls, along a pathway. There were 10 of us, I think, that were captives. Due to some discourse within the Drow encampment itself, because Drow society, I'm fully aware, out of character, fully aware of how bad that sounds. That is how Sun says it.
Yeah.
Back to character. One of them was very unhappy with the state of things, so when they were attacked by what appeared to be demons, he unlocked the gate and we ran like hell. We managed to get away, and two of the group separated from us, heading their own way, and we came this way. Along the way, we lost, I'm going to say 3 people, because I personally killed one by my own hand. So we lost 3 people along the way, escaping the drow and getting here.
Well, it sounds like your trip was harrowing.
I say we got lucky.
Luck or not, we will provide you the shelter you need. However, we cannot provide resources for any who wish to find their way into to the surface. We have a lot of things to deal with. However,
Yeah.
I believe
Continue.
that there is the foaming mug would happily have visitors.
Thank you. I know myself and at least one other will not be staying for too long, as she is from a town that should be somewhere near here as well. I'm not sure about the others, but I will let them know.
I would imagine you're referring to Gracklestug.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Well, I hope things go well, but if you should find time, we do have a number of issues that could be cleared up. I'm sure Plenty would be able to let you know what the issues are in their in their areas, but for now, feel free to have rest.
I appreciate it. After some rest, perhaps I'll look into it. A lot of it will depend on when Eldith wishes to leave, as I need to go with her in order to find my way out of here.
All right. Well, if you wish to take some time for rest in a somewhat comfortable bed, take those those left passages Keep going left whenever you come across. Well, the left passage. Take a left. Continue straight. And continue straight again, and you'll eventually lead to the come to the foaming mug.
Thank you. If you need any help with something, feel free to call for me while I'm here. I figure it's the least we can do.
Thank you for your support. There are 3 issues, I'll tell you now, that we have. Um, we can, if you wish to, if you wish to volunteer your services, uh, 2 of them are somewhat directly concerning. In fact, one of them is appropriate since you are neutral parties to this situation.
Alright, what's this one then?
Okay. In the... Let me see here. Not... connected to, close to where our barracks are, there is a residential area that is inhabited by a group of were-rats. They have been here since we've tried to reclaim the city, but we know them to be originally of Deep Gnome, or of the Deep Gnome race. We've been deciding whether we want to sue for peace or go out to war against them and push them out. And before we decide, I would like to see if I can organize a task force to get reach them and see what their side is, what they have to say about this is.
Okay. I'm not sure peace talks are my strong suit, but I think I can give it a shot at least.
Mm-hmm. But by no means force yourself to begin on this yet. I'm sure others have other matters they want to get to that you could probably help out.
Sure. What are the other 2? I'll go ahead and make a list.
Well, there's the matter of the rock blight. And uh, there's a matter of the rock blight that is in some of our other caverns. It is a section. It is connected to an ancient temple area that has started to drive our earth elementals mad.
Alright. So I'm going to assume you want me to check that out to see see what might be driving them mad and stopping it if I can.
Well, we know what it is. It's Ogremont's Bane. The temple, we would like to see if we can't get the temple cleansed. We have a cleric who knows more about what's going on and can provide the necessary spell gems needed in order to get that taken care of. Let me see here. You should head to the Ruby in the Rough. You've passed it. You've probably passed it already, but as you were heading here, you will want to meet the acolyte there. Named his name is Glyphic Shroomlight. Uh, the other issue is that we have
Hang
an...
on, my keyboard is
Oh,
causing me a problem.
oops. Okay.
And meet who?
A glyphic shroom light.
Lift it. Shroom light.
Yes.
Shroom light. At what was the name of the building?
At the Ruby in the Rough.
Ruby in the Rough.
At least I think
Right.
that's the right area.
All right. Sorry, keyboard decided it was the perfect time to die.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. It's working for now because I got it plugged in, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Actually,
Now,
I hate to do this, but I was wrong.
okay, if it's not Ruby in the Rough, where is it?
You're actually supposed to go to the go meet with a... Let's see here. The head priest, Gurnik Tatfinger. He is...
Free.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Let me see here. Gurnik Tatfinger.
Gurnik Tapfinger.
Yes.
I probably misspelled that.
That's okay.
Gurnik?
Yeah.
Finger. All right, where am I meeting him?
He is close to the residential areas. If you go to the... if you go north this way... and after entering... and basically take your first left after entering the passage. It's kind of interesting. It's hard to tell which way's north in a cavern, so they kind of go, you go this way and take a take a left.
And they just kind of point.
Yeah, they kind of point in that direction.
I assume this way. Like up this way.
Yeah.
And then take. So I assume this is the left.
No, you do not take that left. You actually go
This left then?
right here.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
that
up
way.
this way.
And then after going up this way, take your
This
first left. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. And number 3.
Number 3, we have a problem with undead that we're trying to deal with. Oh, well, we also have a problem with oozes. It is kind of a toss of which is the more problematic. There is a large amount of ooze creatures gathering. And we're
I wonder if that
unsure.
has to do with the Ooze Cathedral we found.
You found an ooze cathedral?
I wouldn't really call it a cathedral. That's a bit of an over-exaggeration. But, yeah, we might have stumbled on through a temple of some sort to a god of ooze. That was weird.
I imagine
That was
it
also
would
really
be.
annoying.
I imagine
Really annoying.
so. I'm not sure what it could be, but something is calling oozes from all over the Underdark to gather in one of the other areas in Blingdenstone, or at least old Blingdenstone. Maybe after you speak with the were-rats, you might deal with that one.
Old Blingdenstone. Deal with. Were rats are annoying. Anyway. Alright, I got them all written down. Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Alright. I've got them written down, and I will see what we can do.
Alrighty.
At the very least, I'll try to look into them. But first, I think we all need some rest.
You look like it. Please have some rest. And feel free to take a look at the springs. I hear that they are wonderful.
I'll definitely be taking you up on that one. Have a good day.
You as well.
Okay. And now I need to go and meet back up with the group since they didn't bother following me.
Well, I thought I had said that. Assume that they had.
Oh, okay.
Assume they're with you. I just didn't bother to update their tokens. So I was like, that's a bit.
That's fair. Alright, first things first then, I'm going to go to this, Foaming Mug Inn. Should be down this way. Let me move. Okay, yeah. That is a pathway right there, right? It's kind of hard to see. I mean,
technically, yes. Like, one of the weird things you've noticed about this place, technically, a lot of the homesteads go down deeper into the earth. So technically, you can walk over somebody's house and still be following a pathway, a street.
That would be annoying. Anyways, it should be this building down here, right?
Not that building.
Up this hallway then instead?
Or
do I
keep going around it. Keep going around it.
Helps if I zoom in a little bit. And so it'd be this one then, on the right.
You actually find that this whole complex here is the foaming mug. The entrances here and here are like, one's the rooms, one's the hot springs, and going down is the main tap room over here, where the main inn is, or more properly, the tavern is.
Okay. Alright, we'll enter the main tavern first then, because we probably need to talk to the bartender or whatever. Who I assume is this lone guy over here.
Yep. He looks... as you enter, you see a guy who looks clearly super bored. I mean, as you enter, he goes, "Oh, visitors! What can I help you with? You're new here."
Yeah. We just got into town and, Mr. and Mrs. Diggermatic, said that this would be the place to go. We just escaped some drow and have barely managed to get away.
Well, the king and queen, all right. I am the finest inn in Blingdenstone. Right now, I'm the only inn in Blingdenstone.
That makes you right on both counts, then.
But yes, please, have a drink, have some food. And he immediately shoves, like, drink and food. Tell me, could you tell me some stories of your travels? What you were experiencing and such? I've been without gossip for so long. People don't normally come in at this time of day.
Sure, why not? Everyone, you're welcome to join me, or the king and queen recommended the bads if you'd rather do that.
And I will separate and such.
Yeah. I will sit, and for a while, I'll drink a little bit and tell him some of the stories along the way. I'll specifically mention the odd purple mushroom abomination that attacked us. And thankfully, Sarah managed to put to sleep, so we were able to just run by it instead of having to actually fight that nightmare.
Yeah.
I'll even mention Bupito and Dean Karazan.
By the way, he is not asking for money as you speak,
I noted.
as you eat and drink. It seems like the fact that you are telling him stories is payment enough.
Yep. I'll tell him several stories and such
Mm-hmm.
before I finally get up. I think I'm gonna go have a bath myself. We've been traveling for weeks, and I really need one.
Well, I personally do enjoy the baths here. The hot springs are wonderful. Um, feel free, take some time off. It'll be probably about 5 silver to stay the night per night.
Uh, we have a little bit, but it's not much, and I will pay the 5 silver for myself.
Mm.
My friend Stool here will probably be staying with me. Is that going to be a separate charge?
No, that's not going to be. Just
Okay.
for occupying a room.
Okay.
Listen, if you stay here and deal with some problems around town, you'll probably get some compensation. There's a lot of
Uh,
things going on.
I've already got a list from the king and queen, actually. We'll start looking into those after a day or
Hmm.
so of relaxing.
They
And
probably
I'll go ahead
haven't
and
told you about the ghost problem that's been getting worse and worse with each passing day.
Sun sighs, pulls out a little notebook, and he can clearly see written on the notebook
Uh huh.
is 1, 2, and 3. Um, the first one says were rats in the old residential district by the barracks. The second one says rock blight in caverns connected to a temple driving elementals mad. And the other one says undead and ooze problem. Deal with ooze soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, can I edit this? Heck
Yes.
yeah, I can. All right. I was talking about my notes specifically on this
Ah.
thing. It's weird. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So, what's this problem with ghosts?
Well, apparently, a whole lot of the people who died when the drow attacked Blingdenstone a while back had some unresolved issues. Now, some of the ghosts in Blingdenstone have been fairly tame, but there are many of them who are wild and angry, and probably for good reason. There's been attacks.
All right. Thankfully, it seems you've spoken to the one person probably able to actually deal with that problem. Uh, I will probably deal with that one first, and then I'll deal with the rare rats after that. For now, I think I'm gonna pay for my
Mhm.
room and have a bath. I will pay the 5 silver. Then I'll
Mhm.
glance over at Eldith, and I'll drop an extra 5 silver. I'll pay
Mhm.
for her room too.
Elder thanks you.
All right, and then I'm going to go to the baths.
Okay.
And you said that was this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume nothing happens, and then I'll head to my room with
Mhm.
Stool after. I
Yep.
assume Stool is still just hanging out with me.
Yep. He's just hanging out with you. He's found your shoulder is the safest place to be.
I mean, debatable, but all right. All right. The next day, I'm going to get with Eldith and the others and see what if they're. Would you like to try to help and tackle the issue with the ghost first, or would you like to rest for another day?
Uh, Jim Jar and Eldith are, well, Eldith in specific is up for the task. Listen, when the dwarves of Gracklestug needed help, the deep noobs came, and I hate to see them in this state after they worked so hard to help us when the drought came. It's obvious that something. They got hit hard. I want to do my best to help them while I can.
Well, I appreciate the assistance then. We'll see what kind of ghosts we're dealing with then.
Mm-hmm.
I will then go and talk to the barkeep and ask where these incidents have taken place specifically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Um, but yeah, going to back to Tappy Foam Strap. He goes, "Oh yeah, I believe there's this one house that's been super haunted. Um, I don't know too much knowledge on it, but I know who you can go to. One of the ghosts that is actually good, is in the Ruby in the Rough. You might have passed it whenever you were heading to meet the Digger Maddox. There's a ghost there named uh, Yadger or Jager.
Yadger? Spell it.
Yeah,
Badger it is.
Yeah, I assumed that the J was a Y sound.
Speak to Ghost Badger in there we go. In Ruby in the Rough.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit the right keys, it would help.
Mm-hmm.
Be in the Rough. Okay, that is added to the note. All right. Well, we'll go speak with them then.
All right.
Thank you. Let's go, Eldith.
You actually have Ront and not Shusar, but and Jimjar who's joining you.
I'm surprised Jimjar agreed to go.
I mean, this is kind of home. These are good, deep known people who are seeking to reclaim a portion of home that was lost.
Fair enough. You gonna just drag us over there?
Yeah, I'll drag you out
No.
there.
Okay. That works.
Ah. Let's see here. We and then we and then we. And as you can imagine, you can probably guess this guy, this deep gnome ghost who is just kind of sitting out in front of what looks to be a catacombs. He looks at you and goes, "Ah, travelers, how can I help you? Or would you seek help?"
Well, before I send you on to the afterlife where you belong, I'm investigating the ghosts that are actually causing problems and not ones like yourself. Could you tell me anything about them?
Well, there's one that's causing problems. His name is Vazook.
Bazook?
Yeah, Vazook. In fact, if you
B or B?
V,
Okay. Sorry, my hearing impairment was getting in the way there.
that's okay.
Okay.
And honestly, I would like to avoid trying to send me anywhere. I still got business here.
And what business is that?
The burrow wardens aren't brought back. I can't find myself going back until I restore the defenders of Blingdenstone.
What do you mean?
Well, I am the last burrow warden of Blingdenstone. And don't tell anybody, but a number of younger adolescent deep gnomes, um, a number of my kin, have been coming to me for training. And I've been training them so that they can defend this place when I'm gone. I cannot leave this place until I know that it's put in good hands.
I see.
I will
Then
die
for
a
now,
I will die a second time before I do that.
I will leave you be, but you can't linger for too long. If you do, it could have negative consequences on not only yourself, but those you care about around you.
I
I will
understand.
have to come back and send you along, but I think it'd be fine to leave you alone for a day or so.
You're gonna have to give me more than that. They're still woefully inadequate.
Son kind of chuckles and pulls out his list. Goes, well, this is only one of the several issues to deal with here, so you've got time. Well,
It,
you might have time. How long have you been dead?
I've been dead for years, actually.
I was afraid of that. Do you know how many years?
Kind of blurred. I lost count a long time ago, and I've only started to get a sense of time back after my kind have come back.
Okay, this is going to be a weird line of questions. Do you feel a pain in your chest at all? Or maybe some kind of like itching and irritation? Like right over where your heart should be?
No,
None at all. No discomfort.
no.
Okay, you should be fine for a while longer then.
I do remember feeling that before, though.
Oh no.
It went away when I had somebody to train. So I imagine whatever you're thinking of, it might be the fact if I lose purpose, I will lose my ability to keep myself sane or whatever. Sad.
Something like that. It could still happen, just having a purpose, as long as it's not to an extreme purpose, could help stay it for a while. Unless you end up like this Vabuk fella.
Yeah. Trust me. I will die again before I will let harm come to Blingdenstone.
You might want to think twice about that, stating that once the soul is gone, it's gone for good.
I'd rather be gone for good than endanger my home.
Sun smiles and nods. Very noble of you. But do try not to do anything unnecessary. Like I said, you have plenty of time, or at least you should. If you do start to have those irritations, palpitations, pain, if it feels like something is physically ripping your heart out, anything of that nature, come find me quickly, please.
All right, I shall.
And with the weird line of questions done, Sun will walk away to go find this guy.
Oh, in the meantime, also, if ever you find yourself in the rock plight, there is a deep gnome named Udhast who died in that area. If you find his remains, I would like him brought back so that he can be interred in the um, interred into the catacombs. I imagine that's partially why he might be still lingering on.
Sure, I can do that.
Alrighty.
All right. So I'm going to go to wherever he told me to go. I've already forgotten.
Mm, yeah. He gives you directions, and it is at the entrance of this home that you come across the individual.
Hello.
Um,
Oh, hello.
you enter, and you see the kind of spectral form of a deep gnome who looks up at you and goes, "Mine, my stuff, not yours. Go away!" Roll initiative. Sorry if I hurt your ears.
No, you're good. You didn't. I mean, partially deaf has its benefits.
As its advantages, yeah. Real quick. And turn. One of the annoying things about this whole situation right now is, for me, in Jumpgate, all the stuff that used to be where they were are kind of jumbled. So
Hey, there's an effects button.
yes, there's an
Oh, it has
effects.
breath weapons.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool as shit.
And all that fun stuff.
That's where my fireball is, sir. Oh no, there is a straight up explosion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that the right radius for a fireball too?
Could be.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, there's one easy way to check. Wait. Yeah.
Center it. That is exactly fireball. Hell yeah.
Nice. Anyway, distractions.
Sorry. Distraction.
Fun distractions, but distractions. It is cool that you can actually make effects happen as well. That is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of stuff.
I see that. Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's cool. Bomb.
Yeah. And this is just burn.
Yep.
This is where we're just
This is where my ADHD wins, and I'm playing with things. That's what this is.
You and me both.
Anyway, back to combat. Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Get rid of your circle, please.
Oh, I thought I did. 1 second. There.
Thank you. Can I roll to just tap him on the forehead with the butt of my sword and just send him on his way without fighting?
I mean, you could roll to try and do that. Do you have any
When it gets
special...
my turn.
Do you have anything that you can do mechanically that does that?
You know what? Let me check features and traits, because I don't think so, actually. That is part of the Soul Reaper's job, is to send them on their way.
True. But without...
But I do not have a specialized ability to let me do that in combat.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine, like, if... I'll say it this way. If they are monsters, unless they are peaceful NPCs, they must be defeated before any, like, ghost-like undead can be sent on their way.
Fair enough. Then I will treat this like a hollow.
Yeah.
In which case, in order to send them along, you have to cut their mask in two. So I'll just
Pretty
treat
much.
it like that and just kick his ass.
You have to destroy the spectral body in order to restore his sanity and then send him back to the afterlife where he belongs.
Correct.
Now, if they're sane, like if they're a sane ghost, you could probably find a way to send them on to the afterlife by finding what they need to move on.
Fair.
Scout, tough, and there we go. Okay, so awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. Awesome.
How the fuck does Ront get plus 11?
No, he doesn't get plus 11. He gets plus 1. I accidentally
Okay,
put
that
plus
makes more
11.
sense.
Jimjar, oh, not Jimjar, but Eldith, and then Ront. Cool. It's fun to roll these against myself. All right. Well, the Spectre goes first.
These were terrible rolls on our end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reaction.
Uh-huh.
Let me double check what I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna reaction, spend 2 points to use repulse, and push him 15 foot back when he steps forward.
Is there a saving throw?
It is a strength save.
Cool. Does a 14?
That saves. Oh wait, that just saves, John.
That
just
is
saves.
hilarious.
That is exactly the number that just saved.
So,
I tried.
Yeah, you tried. He is going to attack you. Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
Cool. That is its turn. And he is... Well, that's all he can do right now. It is Jimjar. He is going to be... I'm going to step in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to throw in shoot a hand crossbow. Does a 12 hit?
Does
12
it?
just hits.
Nice.
Now, here's the problem. You find that, it doesn't do as much as he'd hope. And he definitely doesn't do any poison damage.
Sounds about right.
And that is Jimjar's turn. And now it is your turn.
I'm gonna swing on it.
Make a swing.
Nine plus 7. I assume that hits.
9 plus 7 definitely does hit.
Do I have multi-attack?
At least not yet.
Not yet. No, I'm not level 5. Never mind. I'm level 4. That's what I was checking. Like, what level am I? I know I get multi-attack, but what level am I? Right. 1d10 plus 3. That is 7 damage.
Okay. You find your attacks don't do as much as you'd hope. 7.
Okay, well, that's about what I expected. Next time I'll just use a spell. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That is my turn.
That is fair.
Wait. Hang on, I have another ability I can use. Where is it?
Okay.
Aha! When you make a successful weapon attack against a creature, you can choose to deal an extra 2d4 necrotic damage. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. I believe that's 2. Yep. So I'm going to use 1.
Okay.
Where's my d4? I mean, there are several d4s, but that's not the d4 I want. That's the d4 I want. 3 and 4 for 7 necrotic damage.
You find the necrotic damage has no effect.
Boo! That's fair, though. It was worth a shot.
It
I figured I'd use
was.
it now to see if it worked.
It was. And this is 5.5 Spectre, so.
Well, I don't know the 5.5 stat blocks, and I'm not going to look it up.
Mm-hmm. No. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Eldith is going to charge in, holding her shield up. That's her turn. Ront. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Somehow is able to get to it. And he's going to make an attack roll. With his short sword. If I remember correctly, his broken ass short sword, I think, has taken a lot of damage.
His short sword, last I remember, Lord have mercy, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But I think it had a -2 to it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, doesn't matter anyways. Roll a 1.
Yep.
The Spectre, sensing other things. You all want my stuff! Get out! And so, he is going to... 2,
We want to help
4,
you move
6.
on, not steal your crap.
Okay, he attacks Ront. He hits Ront. So, He does. Cool. 9 necrotic damage. And you watch as he cuts out at Ront. You find Ront kind of staggers as you can see his life force being sucked out.
That's no bueno.
One second. You know, Riley had a point when she said that some of them still need saving throws. You know, in the future, I'm going to say that they still need to make the saving throw. Anyway. So, Gem Jar. 5, 10, 15. We'll go up. Actually, he doesn't have the ability to do anything else. He's going to shoot. Because that's all he can do. So, 7. Okay. It is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to risk the opportunity attack and step back here.
Okay. He will make an opportunity attack. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, hey, that's my best saving throw.
As you take 11 necrotic damage.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 total.
Cool. You take 11 necrotic damage, and your maximum HP is not reduced by 11.
Minus 11?
Yep.
All right, and then I'm going to spend 2 points on Pale Lightning to see if I can hit him 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 2 here. And grab my D20. God damn it. It launched itself out of the top of the tower again.
Ah, no.
I'm keeping that roll, though. What did I roll? I rolled a 12 plus 6.
That hits.
Okay, so that's 1. I'm going to roll the second one. That is another 12. The fuck? And the third, that's crooked. I got to reroll that.
Mm-hmm.
Is a 15.
All 3 hit.
Plus whatever. Okay, so that's 3d6.
Okay.
Plus my spellcasting ability modifier on each of them, which is
Okay.
Constitution.
Nice.
Five, 6, and 6. 12, 17 plus 4, 8, 12. That's 29 damage.
29 damage. Nice.
If I did my math right.
Yeah. You do find that despite the massive blow of lightning, it doesn't do as much as you'd hoped.
Yeah, that's 12.
Let's see here.
The fuck you mean? Is it resistant to lightning?
Yes.
How? What? That makes literally no sense at all. What?
But I would like you to notice the damage you did do.
It barely survived. Okay.
Had you just one more damage done, had you done 2 more damage, 1 more damage, you would have finished him off.
John, I rolled 2 6s and a 5. I could only do 1 more damage.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yes, Eldith, finish this thing off.
Okay, Eldith is going to go in for a strike with her hammer.
And I checked it with a calculator. It was indeed 29 damage.
Mm-hmm. Eldith misses.
God bless it.
Ront is going to attack with his short sword. He just misses. Okay. Odds, evens. Ront is being attacked again. Ront is hit. 7 damage. He needs to make a con save. Which he fails. So he has more of his life force sucked away.
Lord have mercy. Poor Ron. He can't catch a break.
He can't catch a break today. Alrighty, well.
I feel like Ron never catches a break, honestly.
Yeah. Gemjar is going to shoot at hits. Does damage. Finishes them off. Ron's just kind of after the spirit is sent screaming out of the material plane. Ron just kind of leans on his sword a bit and goes, "I don't feel so good. What the fuck was that?"
Ron, maybe you should head back to the inn and take a nap.
I think taking a nap would be good. He kind of stumbles away.
Sun just kind of sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that... I can't believe it chose to attack him twice.
I know, I randomly rolled for both.
I know. Oh, poor bastard.
Yeah, poor.
Alright, that one's dealt with. Were there any more we needed to deal with that were causing problems?
Not any that you know of that were causing problems, but let me see here. He did say that in the Rock Blight, if you were ever going there, there's the responses. There's the remains of a deep gnome named Udhast. He would like to have the remains brought.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my little note. I'm gonna look it over.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it looks like there is one set of remains to be returned in the old temple. And we need to go and deal with the rock blight there anyways. So we could choose to do that today, or we could see if we can maybe talk the were-rats into a peace treaty instead.
I mean, I'm good either way, but I don't know if we want to actually go anywhere further before we want to look into getting better equipment.
Yeah, Ronk proved that quite well. The problem is we don't have any money. Jim Jar,
Yeah,
how confident are you in making money?
you know, I bet the silver pieces I have on me.
I will give him 5 silver pieces. All right, see what you can get done with this. Bring back whatever you can make. We do need, I agree, we need more equipment, and I'm a terrible gambler.
All right. I'll give you what I make.
Appreciate it. If you have enough to get a new weapon for a Ront out of that, just buy one while you're out.
All right.
All right, and I will send Jim Jar off.
Jim Jar will head off.
Sun sighs again, looks to Eldith. Well, that leaves me with 4 gold pieces.
Ah. Well, I mean, he was smart enough not to guarantee all his money. So what are we going to do now?
Well, we're limited on what we can do at the moment based off our equipment. That leaves trying to talk the were-rats into a treaty, which as long as we do a well enough job on that, we won't have to fight anything. Or we can go deal with the rock blight, I guess. I'd rather not without the others. And then there's the undead and ooze problem, which I'm pretty sure these ghosts are part of the undead problems. We are working on that one, just slowly. We do need to deal with the oozes. Again, rather worry about that later. Preferably from afar with my lightning.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what's going on with the with those oozes.
Yeah. Right. So, where rats then?
Where rats?
If we can talk, yeah, if we can talk them into a treaty, we might actually get paid pretty decent because that was a direct request from the king and queen.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we will go talk to the were rats then.
Alrighty. GM. 1 second. Okay. So you head up to where they advise ye.
You took her token and not my token.
Oops. I meant to take both of y'all's.
What happened? Okay, there we go. All right.
There we go. Wait. Weird. I must have forgotten
indeed.
the doors. Oh well.
Brilliant.
It doesn't matter as much.
That's true.
Yeah, I must have forgotten the doors. Wait, unless... Okay, cool. So you are taking... For goodness sakes. Really? So apparently, this is a little finicky. So you go up this way, and this is what they were talking about. And I'm going to send you to
another map.
To another map.
Okay.
This is yeah, this is probably not properly sized, but whatever. I made a mistake. Um, you talk to guards that are at those gates. Let me. There. Boom. So you meet a couple of guards who are here and like, oi, this is the entrance to the were rats, to where the were rats live. Are you sure you want to be heading this way?
Yes. Mr. And Mrs. Diggermatic asked if I could try and talk to them, maybe get a peace treaty of some sort in place. This
Alright.
way there could be less tension.
Alright. In that case, good luck. Hope you don't die. And they
That makes two of us. Thanks.
unlock and open the door for you and close the door. Before they close the door, just knock 3 times before you want to come back. And don't tell them about that.
You got it.
So, as
Lord have
I would
mercy.
like you to stop.
All right.
First of all, what's your passive perception?
13. Let's go.
13. Let me double check something. Okay. See here. Well, as you both step here, you feel a snapping. As
No saving throw?
give me a moment. The let me see here. The floor begins to go to fall under you from under you. Give me a moment.
Yeah, shit. Oh, wait. That only matters for her. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay. Here we are. I imagine they're also wanting me to roll not only the type, but roll the danger level of it. Actually, never mind. They actually... So, I need you to make a... let's see here. Disarm. What's your passive perception, real quick?
13.
Yeah, you wouldn't have hit that. Let's see here. Okay. From the looks of it, you don't have a saving throw to get out of it, or to. That's just weird.
Well,
Make it.
keep in mind.
Hmm.
Do keep in mind, Sun can walk on air if we're falling.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin to fall, and you fall about 5 feet before you catch yourself. Eldith, you know what,
Eldith.
I'm going to have Eldith take the full brunt of it. So
no.
I'm going to be full brutal on her ass. So thankfully for her,
alive.
thankfully she is only taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage, but she does still take let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah. They're meeting at the base level. So, this is what she... Oh. 1d6 plus 2d8. There we go. Okay.
13. Not too terrible.
Okay. She falls into the spikes. That is nasty.
I'm going to help her up. Oh yeah. Okay, I have a potion of greater healing on me that we found. I forgot about that.
Yeah?
I'm gonna give her the potion of greater healing after I help her out.
Okay. As you're doing this, you do hear movement coming in from ahead.
That's fine.
Greater healing, 2d4 plus 4. Go ahead and tell me what healing she gets.
2d4 plus 4. Here are the 2d4.
No, it's 4. 2d4? It's 4d4 plus 4.
That sounds more right.
That was my bad.
My keyboard unplugged. There we go. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. 11 plus 4.
11 plus 4.
15.
Nice. She is
I rolled
back
really
up.
well.
She's back up to full.
All right, let's get you out of here, and I'm going to drag her to this side of the pit. You all right?
Much better. That was a nasty trap.
Yeah, we should have been on the lookout for that. I'm gonna assume I could see at least these 2 were-rats.
Oh yeah, you can, and they are. They look like they're lying in wait.
I'm gonna look to them. You might want to step back, just in case. I'm gonna hold up both my hands. We just came to talk. We don't want to fight.
second. See here. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
13? Yes. Why should we trust you? How do we know you're not adventurers sent by the deep gnomes to wipe us out?
I was actually sent here by the. I've already forgotten their last name again. Let me
The
pull up the note.
Diggermatics?
Yeah, I was sent here by the Digger Maddox to discuss a peace treaty. They don't want to fight if they can avoid it. There's been enough damage. We're more than willing to wait right here, hands up. In fact, I take my sword, I drop it in front of me, and I step back. We'll wait just like this, and you can bring your leader this way to talk. We won't come any closer. We'll leave our hands up.
Kind of
Eldith, put your hands up.
Eldith puts her hands up.
If things don't go the way, go towards any talks of peace, we are more than happy to just leave. It's just the two of us. How many are even in there? We're not looking to start a fight.
Okay, I'm going to say a 13 based off of that argument is good enough. I'll bring him. And they slink back. Eventually, they come back with another were-rat who looks noticeably fatter than the others. Looks, I see the leaders of the new Blingdenstone have seen the wisdom of possibly peace. At least that's what my ears tell me.
Yes, we're hoping to discuss a peace treaty of sorts. They would like access back to the residential area, but they also don't feel it right to just come in and start killing people without at least trying the civil route.
Understand. Well, before we continue into talking about terms, we need to get you on this side of the trap so we can have a more civil conversation. I don't want to be yelling across the cavern this entire time. So, and they provide. He kind of snaps his fingers, and they provide like boards for you to step across the pitfall trap.
In case things go sour, I'm going to leave my companion here so that she can report back if something does happen to me. And I'll walk across.
You
I
know,
do leave my sword behind.
that is understandable. And he will kind of lead you this way. Before he leaves, keep watch this way. Ensure that if anything comes, you make sure that dwarf gets back to the deep gnomes. And then he continues.
What are these? Oh, they're giant rats. Okay.
Yeah.
They look weird, token-wise, for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Come up here.
All right.
And he leads you to a place where it's kind of like a big warren. Stairs lead to the top of this rise, where the floor is covered with a soft and well-manicured carpet of green moss. The were-rat chief sits on a stone chair flanked by two giant rats. Draped over the chair's back is a cave badger pelt. Let's get down to brass hobnails, then. You were sent by the Digger Mattocks because they want us out, right? Right. Well, they might get their wish soon enough, but in a way they're not likely to be cheer about. And he begins to go, we've been attacked constantly by oozes. They're all gathering together um in the eastern pits, or the in the northern area.
Funnily enough, I'm supposed to deal with that after these peace talks.
Well, this is not for one group of adventurers alone. This requires planning and of concentrated attack. There are hundreds of oozes in those caverns, all grouped up together. You might be able to slay a few on your own. I will not doubt your strength, but with the amount there are, I doubt that you'll be able to do so all by yourself. We do have extra knowledge, though. Knowledge that even the Digger Mattocks may not know.
All right.
There is a creature in those caverns wearing the skin of our once kin, named that I know as the Pudding King. I remember.
Sun's face goes blank for a solid 10 seconds at the name Pudding King.
I remember.
It is a very obvious facial expression as he goes from smiling to completely blank face.
I remember him from when he worked in the tunnels. And my kin saw him when he returned. I know who he is, what he's doing, and most of all, where he can be found. If you and the Digger Mattocks want, I can take you straight to him. And again, I coin off what he calls himself. I think it's a rather silly name myself.
Noted. I'm glad we're on the same page on at least one thing. Alright.
Here's what I want.
State your terms.
I want my clan to be accepted in Blingdenstone as members of the community. We are
reasonable enough.
The fact that we are were-rats should not become any kind of concern. I have taken great lengths to make sure that my kin know that it is wrong to spread the gift to unwilling individuals.
That actually makes this a lot easier. I was sent here because you were once deep gnomes and they still feel a sense of kinship. So they wanted to try peace instead of outright trying to fight. I don't think that will be too hard to get accepted or agreed to. Are there any other terms you have?
See here. That is, I would also like these residences to remain under the clan's living spaces. I'm sure that they want to expand into this place, but we were here first, and if we work together to clear out the where the Pudding King, and again I use his title, not the title he calls himself, not.
Does he have a proper name I can call him that's not so ridiculous?
I don't know his proper name. I would give it to you if I knew it. I would call him that if I only knew it. But I will, if we are to clear out the oozes and rid ourselves from the threat he provides, they'll have more than enough extra space to work with.
Sounds reasonable to me so far. Anything else they might not agree to that I should be aware of?
I mean, they might be concerned about the validity, given that we are were-rats, but I don't know, honestly.
I don't see why it would be a concern. I mean, so far you've all been pretty civil. My only complaint is, the trap that nearly killed my friend.
Well, I mean, we don't know your intentions, and we gotta protect ourselves.
Again, that's my only complaint. And your setup is very reasonable, as you don't know if we're here to attack or if we're here to discuss.
Mm-hmm. Still, send a message to the Digger Maddox. We wish to talk, and we are willing to negotiate peace. Maybe you want to stick around for all the talkity bits, see where it goes.
That would probably be smart. Allow me to return, discuss with the Maddox,
Mm-hmm.
Digger Maddox, and see if they can fit this into their schedule.
Yeah. He then calls out, Clan Goldwhisker. Know that this man, at this time, is given leave to walk among us as friend. Do not harass him, please.
It is greatly appreciated. And your name was
I am Chipgrin.
Chipgrin. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Sun.
I must say this. I find it ironic you found yourself in the darkness here.
Yeah, I do too. Drow, man. What can you do?
Yeah. Anyway, I'll guide you back so you don't fall into another trap.
I would appreciate it. And I'll follow him back to Ellis.
Yeah. And yeah, you get back.
Once I'm across the way, I do pick my sword back up.
Uh-huh.
Alright, that went surprisingly well.
Good news?
Yes, they actually would definitely prefer peace. They have two demands, and that's it. The first is they just want to be accepted back into the society that they once belonged to, and that everyone is fully aware not to spread the gift to those that are unwilling. And the other one is they do want to keep this residential cavern to their clan. But they have a way to get to the one who's gathering all of the oozes, and once we deal with him, it'll be easier to clear out the oozes. That'll give ample space to expand from there. So them keeping this cavern probably won't be too big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it went very well.
Very good.
That and I didn't need a new body.
What?
Don't worry about it. Keep in mind, she knows what Sun is.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go talk to the Digger Maddox.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
You're good.
Alrighty. So you are brought in. Sending you back to the other map. Wop. Wait, I need to go to that map. Wop, 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 wop. We.
Alright, while you're setting that up, let's go ahead and take our 10-minute break. My dogs want to go out.
Awesome.
I'll be back.
Sounds good. There we go. Have you here. And we are taking our 10-minute break. From the sounds of it, we are going to be continuing for the full 4 hours, or at least another hour more. So stay tuned. This should be without copyright. So, give us some time.
Alright, dogs are outside. back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, cool.
All right. Okay, so you arrive back where the digger mattocks are. And
Yes.
when they see you approach, they go, "So, good news?"
Yeah. What's this? Hang on. So I managed to talk with their leader.
Mm-hmm.
Their clan name is apparently the Golden Whisker, which is interesting. They actually agreed to discuss peace.
Ah, well, that is good news.
They have two requests.
Okay.
The first, they want to be accepted back into the community again. They are fully aware not to spread they call it the blessing, to others unless they request it themselves. Um, and the second request was they wanted to keep that area for their clan.
Mm.
This does also lead into how to deal with the ooze problem, though. And once we clear out the ooze, that will free up an entirely other space that would probably be larger than the one they're using anyways. Which is why I don't think it will be a problem for you to agree to this. You know your caverns far better than I do, of course, so I don't know if that's actually true or not. But apparently the slimes are all being gathered by the Pudding King.
Oh. Why'd he
A
call
ridiculous
himself
name.
that?
I have no idea, but they didn't know his real name. They just know he calls himself the Pudding King. That's what I can tell you. The oozes are being gathered by the Pudding King, and this gentleman knows how to get there or get to the Pudding King. So I figure we can schedule a time to go and talk with them. He did ask that I sit in on the peace talks.
As you finish this report, you notice Senny give a look to Dorbo. Make an insight check.
What is my insight? 11.
All right. Well, whatever it looks like, being as these two are married, you feel like it's something involving how them being married and rulers at the same time. And you're not sure about the dynamic things are supposed to be here, but you get the feeling that these two have been at odds about this particular issue and have been discussing this issue at length.
Sun size as he catches this glimpse.
So, we'll be glad to speak with them. I will, I and Dorbo will both come. I would like you to stay there. Since they have trusted you enough to talk and begin peace talks, I would like it if you were there as well as any individuals not of the Zerfbin. 1 second. Let me double
What the
check
what?
this. Let me double check if I look at that word again to because the let me see here. The deep gnomes have a separate word for them, dude. Yeah. Yeah, the Zerfneblin. Anyone not Zerfneblin are welcomed and encouraged to join us as bodyguards. That way they can know that we are not coming in force, we're coming with precaution.
That would probably be wise. Um, I will say again, so far nothing they have said has been outlandish, and they seem to know better than to try to infect others. They are defensive, but I think they are rightfully defensive. Given their condition, they weren't sure if you would give them the opportunity to speak, like you're like civilized beings, or if you would try to just wipe them out.
I mean, of course, I understand. They are still, despite our feelings towards them, they are still descendants of Blingdenstone. She says as she looks at Dorbo again. And they deserve to have a chance to prove themselves to be a part of the community as well.
Sun, catching this, just kind of sighs. May I speak freely?
Oh, sure.
I don't know what exactly you two have discussed in this regard, but it's clear you may not both be on the same page. I will say I'm not necessarily a leader in my own right. I am overstepping, I am aware. But I do think it would be in everyone's best interest, given the current circumstances, to reintegrate these former residents as opposed to try and wipe out people who did not ask to be what they are now.
Yeah. Dorbo kind of sighs and goes, I understand your overstep and I understand your concern. My concern has been that I don't know how they. I've never understood what their true intentions are. I am willing to go on the trust that they simply want to be at peace with us. But it's hard for me to trust those who are infected with lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy would specifically refer to the wolf variant.
What would I call it ratcanthropy then?
What technically you would use the genus name? It gets weird with other creatures.
I am of course speaking of lycanthropy as the general term of those afflicted with the changes under the moon.
I
Your speech
understand that.
also, and I do understand where you're coming from. Your speech is under the ignorance of how things work in our society. Trust me,
This is true.
my wife is more on the diplomatic end of the responsibilities. And it is natural for her, as her place, to seek to be more diplomatic. I am a warrior at heart. It runs in who I am to be a warrior, and it is my place to be to manage things with a warrior's mind.
That is a fair mindset. I will say on the diplomatic side of things, I recommend coming up with a few points to stand on. And given you may be integrating them into your society, you may have to adjust some laws specifically for their conditions, such as unwillingly transferring the disease to others. They say they know better and whatever, but there's always a bad egg or two, and sometimes examples need to be made.
Oh, we perfectly understand. And thank you for your input. We will
Right.
hash things out, and we will work things out the way they're supposed to be. Honestly, we were
Excellent.
never we were never intending to become the rulers of Blingdenstone. It's just how things happen to be. But
Then
we will
couldn't you have just allowed someone else to step in?
we're the ones leading the expedition to restore the city as it once was. People have naturally turned to us. Who would
Fair enough.
who would take up the position if not us?
That is a fair enough mindset.
But yes. Um we would like you to send a message to them that we would like to meet tomorrow. We have preparations to make for this meeting. And we are willing to meet in a neutral ground just between our spaces.
Then I will go and let them know.
And you do so. The fact that you've already met with the were-rats, I'm not going to have you go through all that bit again.
Yeah, just it's basically going to deliver a message. Hey, they want to meet somewhere neutral. Blah blah blah. Pick a location so I can go tell them.
Yeah, and Chipgrin is very accommodating on that front. He understands why they don't want to meet in the center of the Warren, and they'd rather meet a little bit more on neutral ground.
All right. Once that is all settled and selected, Sun is going to head back to the tavern for the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Turn to Eldith as we walk back. All right, let's head back to the tavern. I'm tired. We can deal with the actual business end of that tomorrow. Lord, talking is not my strong suit. Why was I the one doing this?
I think because you were stronger than anyone else, and they couldn't actually send any diplomats because they were all based off of what I know that communications between the sides were breaking down anyways, so they were trusting somebody strong to at least get the point across so that talks could be made.
Fair enough, I guess. Are you sure you're alright? That fall earlier looked like it hurt.
I mean, I still have a few scars, but I'm doing largely better. Those healing potions work up a good bit of help.
Yeah, that was the only one I had. They're expensive, so I don't have another. Try not to let that happen again. We both need to be more careful. Then I will sit down at the bar. Hey,
Welcome.
a couple of drinks. It has been
free.
a day.
Oh, I'm sure. Care to talk about it?
Sure. First we dealt with the most problematic ghost, or spirit. We do still have a couple of others to deal with. One not ready to pass on as of yet. The other, I need to get their remains from the old temple. So that is something we will deal with in the coming days. And then apparently I'm going to watch a peace treaty tomorrow.
Seems rough. Full day.
Eh,
Your
keeps you busy at least.
your orc friend did come in looking pretty ragged.
Yeah, the ghost decided he didn't like Rot, and poor Rot was on the receiving end of quite the smackdown.
Ah,
Hopefully he'll be alright come morning. You haven't seen Jim Jar come back yet, have you?
no, I haven't. And we'll say at this point, Jim Jar does come sauntering in.
Ah, I was just asking about you. So how'd your expedition go?
Let's see here. I want you to make 4 sleight of hand checks using his ability. He gets a +4 on each on the sleight of hand checks.
Nat 1?
Oof.
17?
Cool.
15?
Cool.
And 14.
Okay. So
Can't believe I rolled a nat 1 on the first one.
Yeah. So. Nat 1, 17, 15, and 14.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. He comes back holding a pouch. It's a bit more than. It is more than what I started with, but I did lose out a couple of times. And he takes out half of it. Well, he takes out 5 gold pieces and hands you a pouch full of 12 gold pieces.
Oh, nice. Did you get a new weapon for Ront while you were at it?
One moment. Tried to scarf down a hot dog.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But, let's see here. Well, a little trouble on that front. Due to the lack of the resource, due to resource problems, they have things are double the price they would normally would be. So I wasn't able to get anything of any basic weapons or armor for him.
Well, it was worth a shot at least. Wait, a basic longsword, even double the price, should have been affordable with 14 gold pieces. No. I don't remember the cost of a longsword. Never mind. Bug it.
One
I
moment.
can look, though. Because right now I need to worry more about getting getting people equipped. Oh, no. Yeah, a longsword is 15 gold, so it'd be 30 right now. Yeah, he's right.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. If you want, I can Actually, yeah.
We'll just have to figure it out when we get an opportunity. You might want to go
Actually,
get some rest. What's up?
um, never mind. I'm gonna say he was able to get at least a weapon for Ront.
All right. How much gold do I remove?
Um, you don't need to remove any more gold. Um, I'm going to I'm gonna say he already had that, but he would not have been able to get proper armor for Ront. Definitely
Yep.
not.
Yeah, his armor is also at like a -2 right now, or
Mhm.
3.
Actually, it's
Ugh.
-4.
Bloody hell. Alright, anyways, you might want to go and, turn in pretty soon. We're gonna have a long day of standing around listening to diplomatic BS tomorrow.
Ooh boy. That's gonna be fun.
Yep. Can't have proper guards from their side, though, lest they be seen as a stinking war.
Then I might not be welcome. I'm
You're not a
also,
proper guard for them.
but I am a
You're
deep
with
gnome.
You are, but you are with my group.
I mean, if they'll accept that.
I think they'll accept it, given the looks of the rest of our group. I don't think they'll have a problem with one deep gnome mixed in.
All right. Well, I will take that as a chance.
Now, I'll talk to you later, Eldith. I'm gonna go have a bath before I turn in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sun does just that.
Gotta double check something about specters. Huh. Do you want to know what's kind of mean
What?
about new specters? I think there's supposed to be a rule about it to basically prevent somebody from taking this stance, but they should have put that in their life drain. The new life drain attack that they have doesn't say that they regain their HP when they finish a long rest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be implied.
I think so.
Yeah, because everything else that does that, it's generally implied that you get it back after a long rest, because if you didn't, that'd be kind of BS.
Well, I'd have to double check like the rulings and such, but one of the things I do know in with the old Spectre, they specifically stated it. So
It is probably just an oversight.
I hope it is, cause that is bullshit.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you want to make people rage quit? Do that to them.
Mm. But on the other hand, it does make sure that if the that specters are a scary fight.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see here. Anyway, so you do manage to have a long rest. I'm going to bring Ron back to his full health.
I bet Ront appreciates that.
He does. As well he should. God has ordained he does not get fucking screwed today.
Oh, I would probably argue with you on that one, to be perfectly honest. Like, you know full well the intent there, and if you did that even to an NPC, I would feel kind of salty about that one.
I know, but yeah.
Love you, John, but I'd have to argue with you on that one until I'm blue in the face. That one I think I'd fight you over.
I get it.
Alright. I guess go ahead and arrange the tokens wherever we're supposed to meet for the diplomatic BS.
Yeah. Let me see here.
At this point, I would have gathered the entire group and again offer for them to come and stand around.
Mm.
And again, we weren't promised pay, but I'm hoping we're going to get paid for managing to diplomatically solve this.
Mm-hmm.
And this will probably lead straight into dealing with, Lord have mercy, with the Pudding King. So,
yeah,
we got to deal with that probably after.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be just the same group, or are other people actually going to join us?
It's going to be... Actually, Spiderbait will be...
Spiderbait will join us?
Yeah, Spiderbait will join you. The other guy...
I love how hodgepodge this group is.
Yeah. The other guy, let's see here. Sereth seems to be having some issues, and he's like, I can't do anything right now. Just ever since I got to this place, I have been feeling well.
Who else was not going?
Shushard the Awakened and the one other, like, dwarven commoner that... It's like, I don't want to get a part of this stuff. I don't want to die.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Ignoring the commoner guy and Shushar, I'm gonna take Stool off my shoulder. Stool, I want you to watch over Sereth. If anything happens, come run and get me, alright?
Sure thing.
If something isn't right, I'd like to be able to try and help. He helped a lot on our journey.
I'll do what I can.
Now, don't pick fights or anything, just run to me. I don't want you getting hurt.
Fighting is scary.
Exactly. Keep that mindset. It'll keep you alive. And I'll pass Stool off to him. Unless you have a magic that'll let you contact me, send Stool my way if anything happens, alright?
Alright.
And we will head out. You can tell I don't trust Shushar.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I mean, he hasn't contributed to any one of the fights.
Well, it's not even that he hasn't contributed to anything. It's something about him just screams liar to me.
It's because it's because he's a Kuatoa, isn't he? Isn't it?
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with a Kuatoa. I would absolutely make a fish-raced character, make them look like a Kuatoa, and go off of that for a character. That has nothing to do with it. Maybe it's the way you've played him. Something about him just seems off to me, and I don't like him. So I'd rather be safe than sorry.
What do you mean? He just doesn't want... he doesn't believe that violence should be used as a means to... Yeah, yeah. I understand. I totally understand. Let me see here.
On the way there, I will tell Ront to try not to get hurt today.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm double checking something.
You're good.
Sorry, I'm double checking something. Okay, cool. So, the despite initial tensions at the start, the talks actually go over well. Chipgrin and the Digger Maddox come together, and eventually, through some talking, some arguments, and some like back and forth, they come to an agreement. Now, they do realize that the oozes are the larger threat than anything else, and they need to deal with that. Um, and in the discussion on how to deal with the oozes and the aforementioned Pudding King, let me see here. Oh, I missed that. I'll have to fix that later. But anyway, but Chipgrin does freely, after dealing with all the negotiations, begin talking and informing on the oozes and the Pudding King. He informs that he gives some information on one of the things that that most of the areas from their caverns are just blocked off by hundreds of oozes at once, which does lead him to an idea. that if a means can be found to get behind them through some of the some of the caved in portions, that when they make the attack, a group can come in from behind while the main force acts as a distraction. This seems to be a point of entrance to Dorbo and Cine. And they do mention that the old. Let me see here. The old uh, temple, known as the Steadfast Stone, if it were to be cleansed, they could use it as a staging area to for basically the hit squad to go in and deal with the Pudding King.
Listening to this, son smiles. Sounds like I have the next task on the list to cross off then. Clearing out the temple.
Mm-hmm. See here. There's other things also that might do some help for us. Finding Intmonk Spoon, traveling to the Neverlight Grove to get some ingredients for from the fungal pools and fields, escorting Salt to Gracklestug to get to trade for Duragar made weapons, those sorts of things.
Well, for the remains, I would need to clear the temple anyway. That's 2 birds, 1 stone. The trade is exceedingly important, but is it important enough that we put off on dealing with the oozes to do that?
Let's see here. Well, it may not be necessary, but it could provide extra assistance. All these things, mind you, could ensure could be steps to ensure the attack that the plan succeeds. But if you're confident that with just the stuff that can be done now, or today, or within the next couple of days, just the stuff that can be done quickly, that you would probably be able to help deal with that.
Well, my concern stems from this Pudding King has been gathering the slimes or the oozes for a while, and we don't know when he plans to attack, if he's planning to attack. We don't know anything about the situation beyond it's a problem.
True. 1 second.
We could do all of these things and then head off to do this trade, and while we're gone on the trade, perhaps the slimes begin to attack. That is the worst case scenario, but it is always a possibility.
That is fair. Alrighty, well, judging on your confidence, we'll happily have you deal with what you can deal with now, and we'll set up to make an attack.
Sudden nods. It's not particularly confidence, it's more of precaution. If we had the people, I would say we send someone with the trades to do that while we're working on clearing the temple, returning the body, and all that.
Even if we did do that, traveling to Gracklestug will take a number of days. Both trips. And there's no telling how many days there might be. We might be delayed, anyways. There's plenty of dangers between here and there.
And that is exactly my concern if we do deal with that. But if we have everything set up and then send a small group to do the trade while the others are staged and ready to go in the event of things kicking off, there's at least a better defensive chance there as opposed to taking the risk of traveling there before everything else is done. I'm trying to say the trade should probably be the last thing we do. But it should still, unless we can do them simultaneously, in which case just wait for the trade to be completed and return once we're done with everything else.
Well, with our knowledge and our concerns heightened, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to. Let me see here. Or if we well, trying to think. So, we've asked more than enough of you, son. Of things to do. What would you wish to do in this matter? We would like to have you as part of the strike team to make the attack when we're ready to make the attack. Question is,
I would also prefer to be part of the strike team when the attack is made.
Well, yes, but the idea is we want you to be the person attacking the Pudding King, not causing the distraction. But as far as between here and now, do you want to be a part of the group that sets out for trade?
No. I'd rather be in the area in case things kick off with the slimes.
Okay.
So I think my group and I will deal with the temple and returning the body of the gentleman.
Okay. Well, since in that case, we will go ahead and send our shipments out to try and get that dealt with and come back with Dwarven-made weapons. Duragar-made weapons.
Do you have proper guards to go with these shipments?
We have guards, but there's no guarantee that they'll make it there, or there's no guarantee that they'll make it there in time and back in time.
Well, let's just hope then.
Let me see here.
It should be very clear that Sun is unsure of what to do here and doesn't want to make the wrong move.
Yeah.
I'm very much trying to display that. Sun is we need to deal with this, but I don't know how to deal with this the right way.
Let's see here.
Eldith, what do you think?
Well, even if they were going as fast as they could, still take a number of days to get to Gracklestug from here.
You think it's better we go with them or we deal with the temple now?
Well, even if we were going as fast as we could, it'd take, at minimum, 20 days to get to Gracklestug and back. Do we want to risk that?
No, I don't.
Then I believe
Yes,
I
sun
believe it
scratches at
might
his
be
finger.
it might be then fully decided then. This threat is warranted enough for haste. And the more we wait, the more dangers we present. The more
All
dangers
right.
we receive. So, you deal with what you want to deal with. Out of curiosity, how long do you think you would be willing to wait before we actually get things dealt with?
I would like to deal with the temple immediately. Dealing with the temple will, one, free it up, two, get the elementals back under control, and three, return the body of the dead gentleman, which means that will deal with the ghost or undead problem that was brought up.
Yes.
That will clear everything on the list I was given except for the oozes themselves, which we are actively planning for. Once that's done, what's the typical trip time if there are no incidences there and back?
Again, if we were making haste, at minimum 20 days there and back.
Sun frowns. I'm not sure we can wait 20 days.
Exactly. And I understand and like Dorvo's like, I understand where you're coming from. I don't like it like that that timeline either. The problem is
Then
having better weapons will help.
they will, and for my group in particular, Ront needs new armor.
That I understand. Unfortunately, we are kind of at a limit as far as how much we can give out. Most of our armors and weapons are made for our size.
Alright, then we should probably just deal with this quickly. This way we also don't have to try and rush the trade.
Yes.
Rushing the trade could lead to all sorts of unforeseen incidences anyways. Exhaustion being the least concerning issue in that regard, given some of the things we've run into ourselves.
Then in that sense, once you're done with what you've dealt with, we will take a day for preparations, and then we'll attack.
I'm in agreement with this plan.
Right. All right. I'll get preparations done, and Chipgrin kind of starts up. I'll get preparations done on my front.
All right. Before my group gets started on the temple, I want to go check in on Saren. He's a friend of mine, and he's been ill since we got here, and I'm worried. Do you have any healers by chance who can take a look at him?
We have a number of healers, yes. We have a priest.
Then I would like for them to meet me, please.
Yes. Incidentally, they're the one who can provide you what's needed to cleanse cleanse the temple.
Ah, even better. So we've got to meet with them anyways. Yes. Send them over to the inn we're staying at, then please, so that they can look my friend over.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And that should be Gurnik Tapfinger.
Yee. Yes, it is Gurnik Tapfinger.
Yes.
Where are you?
Alright.
You are here.
So I'm going to immediately go and check on Saren.
Sereth is still not feeling so great. But, let me see.
I've got a healer coming to check you out, Sarah.
See here. So, Gurnik Tapfinger comes. So, you've come with me. You're the one they have sent to help us cleanse the temple. And this one needs help in some way. He kind of looks at Sereth.
Yes, my friend has been ill since we got here, and I'm worried. He's a valuable member to our group, and we can use all the help we can get.
Let's see here. Okay. Well, he kind of looks over Sereth. Have him do a medicine check.
Nice.
Scratches his chin. Weird. Well, this usually works anyways. Places his hand on Sereth, and you see a kind of like warm light. It's not like golden colored. It's more like a rustic brown that reminds you of the earth itself. And as he finishes that, Sereth is just like, I don't know what's wrong. I still feel horrible. Huh. That's weird.
Can I make a medicine check?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Oh, Lord. I don't think I'm going to do any better than he did. I could barely do better than he did. Nat 20, let's go. 21 total.
Nice.
I can't lie. I have a +1 to that. I did not think I was going to do better than the healer.
Give me a moment.
The one time I needed it, I got it. Jesus Christ.
So, I'm going to say there is something you notice.
Do what?
I'm going to say there is something you notice. Upon his head, kind of around his temple, you see kind of a weird discoloration. The weird thing is that make an Arcana check real quick.
Oh no. John, why you do me dirty like this? What is my Arcana? +2? Oh God bless. That is another 21. I rolled a 19.
Nice. Wait a minute. Doesn't that mean you have Arcana proficient?
Oh, I have +2 to my intelligence.
Then you should have had gotten a 22 and you're no. That
no, wisdom modifier.
I was mistaken.
Yeah, that's my wisdom modifier, John.
So,
For medicine.
You are aware that as a priest and the spell that that Gurnik was using, any kind of disease that would be afflicting Sereth, or any kind of infection that would be affecting Sereth, would have been cured simply by casting this spell. Here's the weird part. The discoloration you're seeing does look like some kind of fungal infection, which leads you to believe that if it was not cured by a lesser restoration, there's something wrong about that.
Stun frowns, reaches out, and gently turns Sarah's head and points to it. If this were anything standard, what you did should have cured it.
Yeah,
It's like a fungal infection, does it not?
Now that you mention it, yeah. Describe to me when you started experiencing, like, when. I know whenever you entered Blingdenstone, you started feeling these things, but first, the big question being Drow, why are you here? Sarah goes, I don't know what, but I was with my fellow Drow, with a squad of mine, at the let me see here. For goodness sakes. Let me see here. At the Neverlight Groves, we were working on investigating that place and maybe gathering some supplies from the fungal groves there. And I lost some time and woke up bound, being told that I had gone mad and killed my fellow squad mates. I don't know if that was true or not, or if I was targeted. But so it's weird. And Gurnik is trying to think of what this could be. I am willing to let you have an Arcana or nature check.
Both are +2, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Nat 1.
No,
There it is.
you have no fucking clue.
Yeah, no, this is beyond sun. Like,
So, what's going on? Let me fill me in.
As far as I can tell, you look as if you have an infection, a fungal infection. However, the spell this gentleman used would have taken care of it if it was as simple as that. Something in the magical nature. Beyond that, I'm unsure. Maybe a curse?
If it was that, I don't think I have the ability to remove such things. Let me double check. Actually,
Kind of squints at this guy. Aren't we going to remove a curse from a temple in like a couple of minutes?
not
Wait
that.
a second.
we're cleansing the temple, and it does not. It is not a. It is not a matter of casting a spell. Let's see here. I gotta double check something. Okay. 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 Let me try one more thing. And he will again touch in another earthen magic, a little bit more powerful. And he's beginning to chant a little bit. And Sarah is just like, I still don't feel great. Gurnik is just like, unfortunately, if my magic is not able to deal with this, it might be something far worse than I expect. It cannot be a curse, for I attempted to break such a thing.
Then what could it possibly be if your healing didn't work and trying to break the curse also did not work?
I'm going to give him a... Let me see here. Nice! Okay. Well, it might be some powerful demonic influence.
What do you
Unfortunately,
mean demonic influence?
I have been noticing how demonic influences have been on the rise lately. It has been a concern of mine, especially with the Intmox Bane, the collection of oozes, the there have been individuals being reported to have quirks, sudden bouts of greed and selfishness out in the frontiers parts where they mine and farm, gathering good materials and such. So, are you aware of what demon lords are?
To at least some degree, yes. Not
Well,
exactly my specialty.
did you know that there was a demon lord of oozes?
Yes, actually, I found a temple for them.
Do you also know that there's a demon lord for fungi and molds?
Of course there is. No, I was not aware.
It seems coincidental that your fungal infection is causing you extra issue while you are in a place that the influence of, or at least in a place which appears to have an excessive amount of oozes cropping up, that you are having some issue.
I'm
M-
not following. Why would oozes popping up have a trigger an infection of fungi in Sereth?
well, if his infection is the work of corrupted fungus, a corrupted fungal infection based off of a demon lord, and he was in the presence of the demon lord's worst hated enemy, I would imagine that would provide some discomfort.
So why wasn't it causing a problem before now, though? That's what I'm not understanding.
I'm not sure. Maybe the influence hasn't wasn't as strong there, even though it was an area where oozes were housed and kept.
All right. Well, we're gonna go deal with the temple for now, Sarah. Once we're done with that, they'll have a day of preparation, and then we'll be dealing with the ooze problem. Hopefully, you'll
My
feel
su-
better after that.
my suggestion: you may want to go despite how you're feeling to fight the oozes. You might feel quite a bit better. Sarah kind of nods, kind of looking strangely at him. But on cleansing the temple, the steadfast stone.
Yes.
Let me see here. Give me a moment.
While you get that ready, I need to go bring my dogs in. I'll be back in a
Yep.
minute.
Yep. Hmm.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright.
So, you begin heading to the staging area, in fact.
Yes.
Which is the place where you are directed to go. Before you go off, the dude in question. Let me see here. Yeah, Gurnik hands you a ruby and says, "This is a spell gem. By taking this and placing it somewhere in, there should be a place where you can place it in the, or more properly, let me double check my notes. Minutes. See here. Yeah. I see. Okay, cool. So, he states, you will want to, there will be a place in Calderon Smooth Hands Temple, the Steadfast Stone, where you can place this. Once you do,
Alright.
it will hallow the area and begin cleansing the area, making it consecrated again. Unfortunately, Ogramok Spain will begin sending servants to stop you. You must defeat the servants until the gem awakens the guardians, at which point it will be cleansed. Head through the
Okay, and
staging area. They can give you more information on the rock blight.
well, what are these things that we're gonna be fighting?
Elementals.
Oh, lovely.
While Ogramok
Alright.
Spain still has power, it causes elementals to go mad. That's why we can't send elementals to do this in our place.
Fair enough.
And
Alright,
thus,
we're gonna head to the staging area then.
yes, you head towards the staging area. Bum. Wop. Wop. Yeah. Not there, but here. The staging area. And as you approach, he goes, welcome, friend.
Hello again.
So, word's on the rise that you're helping us with the ooze problem.
Yes, but first we have to deal with the temple problem.
I must warn you, there's a Medusa in the area. Be careful.
What is a Medusa?
Well, they are genuinely. They normally look like humanoids, but looks like a big drow lady with snakes for hair.
Sun stares blankly for a solid probably 10 seconds before just sighing and pinching the bridge of his nose.
Also, be warned, apparently, she's able to turn people into stone.
Great. How does she manage that?
Magic? Apparently, it's her gaze alone that allows her to do that.
Of all the times to wish I could fight blind, this is one of them. Alright, thanks for the heads up at least. Is there anything else we should know before we head in?
Uh, any and all elementals you find there are going to be dangerous. And, I mean, good luck. That's all we can really give.
Appreciate it. Is everyone ready?
Ready.
All right, let's get a move on. And do be careful. And we'll head in.
Heading in. So, welcome to Rockblight. Give me a moment. Ba, 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 ba. See here. As you enter, you notice that while the entirety of the Blingdenstone that is inhabited by the deep gnomes had little lights and bioluminescent moss to light the place. There was color, livelihood, there was light. And it was all dim light, but there was light in itself, allowing your dark vision to kind of see as if it was normal day. You see none of that. There is only darkness here. Your dark vision making the shapes out as black and white, somewhat hard to discern shapes. The air is cold and damp, and you can hear a waterfall somewhere in the blackness, along with the faint echoes of battle.
Oh yeah, I have flashbang crystals.
You do have flashbang crystals.
I can just flashbang everybody.
You could just flashbang everybody if you wanted to.
That's not what I'm looking for though.
Have you seen that meme of this guy playing CS:GO, and it has like the dual camera set up to where you're seeing what seeing his play screen, and seeing him at his chair, and just he's getting repeatedly flashbanged.
I haven't, but that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, and he just has the most dead expression on his face, like he's dead inside.
Just so normal.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just start moving slowly, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which direction are the sounds of battle coming from? I
Deeper
zoomed out
in.
so I can see where you're ping. Okay. Fair enough. There's water. I am trying to avoid seawater.
There is water. There is water and a big R.
Yes. Trying not to move too quickly ahead of the other tokens. Looks like there's a tunnel up to the north. Or
One of the things about at this point you notice, the way you could the way things were sounding, the sounds of battle in the distance, it almost sounds like it should have been coming from here. But as you get to this place, the sound gets distant off, like it's still far away. Simultaneously from this direction and this direction.
Ping again?
Simultaneously from this direction and this direction.
Do we want to go south or do we want to go northeast?
I'm not sure.
Well, where's the item we're supposed to be looking for to begin with? Because we don't need to worry about the actual fighting.
Well, you're looking for two things in particular. You are looking for the first of all, you're looking for the remains of the deep gnome. At the moment,
Yes.
you're not entirely sure, but this is kind of a residential area, so you're pretty sure you can probably eventually find it if you start looking through the houses. Second off, you need to find a place to put the ruby spell gem you were given in the temple. That one will force you to have some fights because,
Typically how it goes.
yeah.
North it is, because we'll see if we can find the body first.
Okay. Before you continue, as you step close, let's see here, the ghostly form of a deep gnome appears before you. And as you see him, let me see here. He approaches you. I need you guys to roll initiative with disadvantage.
Is he picking a fight?
He is picking a fight.
I will ask him this. Why are you picking a fight?
He's still picking a fight.
Damn it. I rolled a 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. So.
Wait, I gotta roll again. I forgot. Disadvantage. I can still roll lower.
You can still
I
lower.
did not.
You did not.
No, I rolled a 13 that time.
Tough. And goblin. And finally, ghost. So, starting with the ghost. Cool. Let me see here. Not bad. Ooh. Wow. Ront is apparently on point. Let's see if he
is on point.
Let's see if he remains so. Ront the ghost. He remains
Is on
so.
point. Wait, I thought the ghost rolled a 14.
The ghost rolled a 15 total.
Oh, 14 plus 1. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Ront is having none of that bullshit.
After these guys are going to be behind you. But as he approached, Ron is not having any of this bullshit, as you said, especially after yesterday. So he rushes up, goes, bad see-through thing. he attacks.
It's called a ghost, Ron. So the way this went
And
was...
he misses.
Yeah, so the way this went was, why are you attacking us? And then Ron's bad see-through thing and misses.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
What?
So he misses. It is the ghost's turn. And he's going to use Horrific Visage.
What the fuck is that?
It is an ability ghosts have. So, real quick. Yeah! Yeah! Wisdom saving throws for everyone!
Wisdom saving, you said?
Yes.
Oh no. 11.
Okay. Wonderful. Ooh,
I assume that fails.
that does fail.
Damn it. Does that give the frightened condition, I assume?
It would, yes, but it also does damage, so give me a moment.
Alright.
Oh god.
Bloody hell.
Oh boy. Um. Hey. Okay. So, everybody but Jim Jar failed.
What the fuck, Jim Jar? Alright. How much damage am I taking?
Real quick. Um. 13 psychic damage.
Not too bad.
Well, Spider Bait is down.
Did Spiderbait make the save?
No, he
No,
didn't.
Jim Jar made the
Jim
save.
Jar made the save.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
But everybody else is frightened. Except for Jim Jar.
Their health pools look fine. They haven't even moved.
I
yet.
haven't dealt them damage yet. I'm just double checking. So, from the looks of it,
Bloody hell. Eldith is about to die.
Yeah.
Why am I the only one okay?
Ront is doing okay-ish, considering. But yeah. Spider bait. One failure. Chim jar. Does he try and save spider bait? No,
Or does he attack the ghost?
He's not
the only one
afraid,
that
so
can.
he's going to attack the ghost.
How many times can it use that ability?
It can use that. It can just keep using that ability.
That is BS. Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing. If you succeed, you don't take damage, and then you're immune to it for the next 24 hours.
Alright, my turn?
1 second. Yeah, it is your turn because Jim Jar missed.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna step here and I'm gonna try to stabilize him.
okay. Roll a medicine check.
18 total. Let's go.
He is stabilized.
Alright. I got him. Eldith, try not to get hurt again.
Uh-huh. Okay. Eldith going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Son frowning. Not quite what I had in mind, but okay.
Ront, being also afraid.
It's Ront.
He is going to make an attack. He is now panic swinging. He is now panic swinging.
That's what I expect from Ront. Good.
Problem is, he's rolling with disadvantage. And, ooh, he missed.
Lord have mercy.
So. It's going to move up here. And it's going to attack Ront. Oh, by the way, you guys have lost your frightened condition.
Oh, we lost it at the end of our turn?
At the beginning of his turn.
Ah, cool.
Let's see here. He's going to do his withering touches. Ooh. Okay. 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 It hits.
Lord have mercy.
Ront is down.
The fuck you mean 3d10? Why is this one so much stronger? What?
He attacks Ront again.
John, what the fuck?
Two failed death saves. Then he moves to Gem Jar, the next closest one.
Bloody
Spiderbait is
hell.
down, but stable. Jim Jar is going to try and get out of the way. Oh,
Does he have a bonus action disengage?
let me double check. He might actually have. Yes, he does. He is bonus action disengaging. 10, 15, 20. He's going to make it. Oh my god, he still fails. It's your turn.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna step here. Just try and stabilize Ront.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
13?
13 stabilizes him.
Oh, thank God.
Eldith. 5, 15, 20, 30.
Grab spider bait and run. No, wrong thing. God bless it.
She's already used her movement.
My fault for that. I forgot spider bait's name for a second, so I had to hover over his token.
She hits.
Oh, thank God. God bless it.
She only does 1 damage. And that's the end of her turn. Ront is stabilized. It's the ghost's turn. And immediately on the ghost's turn, it gets a feared and a fearful expression and goes, "They're attacking! They're coming! Everyone must hide!" and runs away. 5, 15, 20, 30.
Did it disengage?
No, it didn't. Eldith is making
Eldith
it.
gets opportunity attack.
Yes, she does.
Misses.
Misses. 20, 30. 30. 35, 40. 45, 50, 55, 65, 70, 80. Bait is unconscious. Jim tries like, are we to follow him or what are we doing?
No. Eldith is hurt. These two are unconscious. What the fuck? Alright, this might be the point for tactical retreat. The sun is like actively rubbing his temple.
Jeez. All right. Yeah. Let's get to that.
I got Ront, and I'll pick Ront up.
Eldith will take spider bait.
And I drag them back out.
All right. So what's the plan?
Well, first, the group of people standing outside is going to see us come out with me dragging Ront, looking rather annoyed.
Oh man, already back? I'm glad you guys came out all right. What happened?
A specter appeared. It screamed. Our heads hurt. Which caused Spiderbait to nearly die. It knocked Runt unconscious, nearly killed Runt, and then it ran away. I think I'm more insulted it ran away after it got hit once.
Oh, must have been one of the ghosts. Whatever they're stuck in the past, so who knows how they work.
Well, we could hear sounds of skirmish fighting inside, and then that guy attacked, and when Eldith managed to finally land a blow, uh, it screamed they're attacking and ran away. So,
Yeah. I think that's uncursed, though. Yeah. The times we've scouted out that area, I think that we were barely able to get out without any casualties. So it sounds like him. And when we talked to Yadger, that that's what he said when we described him.
yep, that is definitely him. All right, now if you'll excuse us, I need to get my people back to the tavern so they can rest. These two are unconscious, nearly dead, and Eldith is barely able to walk.
Yeah. So, jeez.
Sun looks very unhappy right now, by the way.
So
I will also, after dragging them back to the inn, making sure everyone's settled, I will also go back and report what happened. Like, yeah, it might take us another day. Like, immediately got the shit beat out of us.
So are you going to wait a day to get everybody back into fighting form before going back out?
I'm gonna go back with Jim Jar after a short rest so we can heal up.
Okay.
I believe my hit dice was a D8.
Yee.
Yeah, my hit dice is a
Wrong.
D8.
Wrong map.
That's not a D8, that's a D10. D8 plus Constitution, right?
Yes.
That is also not a D8. The fuck is my D8?
Gotta love it when you can't find your dice.
No, legitimately, what the fuck?
I know, right?
There it is, it's hiding under my keyboard. Then one more. And I'm back at full. I would also check on Sarah before we left again.
Sarah is still feeling a bit He's like, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just no matter what, I just feel, like I'm always about to vomit. And I just can't think right.
Alright, well, we're gonna head back to.
Mm-hmm.
And, alright, now we're gonna start moving back down.
Okay. So, how are we going to approach this? Do you think he'll be back?
It's possible. If he does reappear, it's gonna be the, priority is going to be not to engage.
Okay.
I don't think the two of us could beat him.
Well, if we just try and hurt him and let him go, or follow him, he might lead us to where his remains are.
True, and that might be for the best. If we can get the remains out of here, then we don't have to worry about him attacking again.
Yeah.
He ran down to the southern side, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try that way.
Mm-hmm. See here. And they don't actually show you it, But I am going to say around here-ish, you do see the entrance to a home. Kind of actually more
Oh,
here. Yeah. Actually more here-ish.
I'm gonna look in the hole.
Not hole, but home.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look in the
Because,
home then.
yeah. And as you kind of look in the home, and you eventually find like a bed with skeletal remains of a deep gnome. It looks like he was reaching underneath the bed.
Hey, I think I found him.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna look under the bed.
Mm-hmm. See here. Make a perception check.
17. What is my perception? +3, dirty 20.
Nice. As you kind of look under the bed, look where the skeleton is reaching. Um, you see a hidden compartment. Like it's cleverly hidden, but you can see where you can pull up on some of the stone and find a compartment that is hidden by kind of a carved out piece of rock. Um, and inside, you find a practically fully rotted pouch that contains 6 gems worth about 100 gold pieces and a potion of invisibility.
Nice. Potion of invisibility. So, what kind of gems?
Give me a moment.
100 GP.
They just say just miscellaneous gems, but I can tell you what kind of gems they specifically are.
And not that important. Was just curious.
Yeah. I am always up to roll dice and see what they are.
Alright,
Just
I'm
about.
gonna take the body and head to take it where it needs to go so that this
Mm
guy will go to rest. And we don't have to worry about him attacking again.
hmm. Fair, fair. But yeah, as far as the types, I'm going to say you do see something kind of like amethyst or uh, garnets among them. Stuff like that. Anyway. But going back to Yadger, he smiles as you basically give him give him the remains, and he's like, "I'll make sure these go to where they're supposed to be." Uh, I never offered you a I never offered you any reward, but and I really can't give you any material gain. But I know a lot about the underdog. If you have any questions, I'd be willing to share information.
Sareth is suffering from an odd fungal infection that wasn't able to be cured by magic.
No, I'm not sure how I would be able to help with that. Um,
Maybe you know something we didn't.
well, if it pertains to the Underdark, surely, but that sounds like something like magic related.
Yeah, that's the assumption we're under. It was worth asking at least.
Mm-hmm.
If I think of any questions, I'll come back to you.
All right,
And
I'll
then we're
be
gonna
here.
head back in.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. All right.
And now you're free to explore.
All right. We're gonna go back up to these stairs and start heading back up this way where we were originally.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to make a perception check for traps.
Make a perception check for traps.
13.
13. You don't see any traps.
Yep, that's my my passive. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh.
What's O?
Huh.
What's O?
Huh. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see that yet or not.
See what? Oh, him?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm asking, like, can I see that, or am I
No.
not supposed to?
You're not supposed to be able to. It's
Okay,
the thing
then I'm
glitching.
gonna pretend I don't.
The foreground is basically not acting right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I don't see it until you tell me otherwise. Then.
Mm-hmm. I honestly don't know how it's supposed to work, because it's weird that it seems to be not. Yeah. So. So where are we going? Which way are we going?
Good question. All we were told was find a place we could put the gem. We weren't really told where this place would be.
Well, it would look temple-ish, right? Right?
I assume. Do any of these areas look temple-ish?
Make a perception check.
The fuck you mean?
Make a perception check.
19.
19.
I'm sorry, not 19. 21.
From where
It's
you
not +1. That's +3.
From where you are, based on how things are set up, taking the stairs north probably would be your better bet.
Okay. I think we need to go this way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I assume this is where I need to put it then?
I believe so. I'm just double checking some things.
Okay.
So yeah, the floor of this cavern is worn smooth, but the walls are rough. A great menhir is carved from a stalagmite. A great menhir carved from a stalagmite stands in the center of this chamber, pockmarked with dozens of empty sockets that might have once held gems. As you approach the menhir, Jimjar's just kind of looking around, going, I feel a little uneasy about this.
Well, the moment I stick this in here, we're probably gonna get attacked, and we have to defend it.
That's true.
The question is for how long.
That is true.
Right. We'll give it a shot, and if it takes too long, I'll yoink it back out, and we'll just run.
Okay.
And while trying to be hyper aware, I'm gonna stick the gem in.
Okay. As the ruby begins to glow against the men here, the walls begin to rumble. One part of the wall shifts and detaches and then runs towards you. I need you to make a initiative. Roll initiative. Let's see here. And boom.
The fuck is that?
You see a roughly humanoid shape of pure earth and stone running at you.
Lovely. Don't let it get the gem.
Okay. Let me double check. Okay. 1 second. Cool. I need to make a couple of extra preparations. And
Well, this might be a
boom.
good point to end it then.
Yeah, actually, it is a perfect point to end it. Because this is the start of combat, and this combat's going to take a little bit.
Yep.
So, we're going to end it here, and we're going to say adieu and all that fun stuff. Good night, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thank you for making it this far at the very least. Just want to say, hey, if you want to support my channel, it would be awesome if you liked, subscribed, commented, all that fun stuff. If you want to add a little bit of extra support on there, go to my Ko-fi channel. The link will be in the description. Right now, I don't know if the link is actually clickable or not, but I'll have the actual URL you need to go to that you can just copy and paste into the browser. But yeah, you can go to my Ko-fi page, hire me as a game master, even just like subscribe, get some little extra fun stuffs. Or, I mean, you can check out my other store and see if anything there intrigues you. Just there for a little bit of extra support. I'm trying to make sure that I can keep myself self-sufficient on this stuff, and every little bit helps. Um, Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope to see you in the next video.